So this is a Bailey Olympus 534. I'm going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. The hookup procedure, jockey wheel and handbrake we'll go through in person here on site, and we'll demonstrate how that works. Front locker, you've got your gas regulator on the bulkhead, you've got your gas valve on top for turning the gas on and off, and you've got a reverse thread fitment going to the gas bottle on top. Side of the van, you've got a storage locker. In here you've got your onboard water tank. We'll explain how that works from the inside of the van. You've got your wind down leg on either side at the front. Also, again we'll demonstrate the back one to you while you're here on site. The cover here is the vent cover for the heating and hot water system. You have to remove this before you use the caravan on gas. And again I'll talk through that a bit more once you're inside of the van. Water pump connection. So on the water pump itself, you'll notice there's two cutouts on the side of the pump. The pump will simply push into place on the side of the van, and then you can lock it in place with the cover if you wish to. Fridge vents on the van, let out the hot air out the side of the fridge unit. And then you've got your motor mover and wheels. The wheel nuts will talk while you're here on site, and the motor mover will demonstrate while you're here also. Coming towards the back of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank. Now the tank here takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid, and you'll need to fill that before use or use the toilet system. And at the bottom here you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you'll release by pulling up the handle and pulling towards you. The neck here is where you'll tip your waste out from. Now on the back of the toilet cassette itself you've got the orange button here that releases the pressure from the toilet cassette while you're emptying the waste away out of it. On the back of the caravan on each side you've got your wind down legs, as you can see, and again you'll have all four down when the caravan's on site and in position ready to use. On this side of the van, underneath the bed at the rear, you've got the storage locker here, so you can open up the storage locker and access the underbed area. You've also then got your 110 amp leisure battery in the side of the caravan and your mains power lead coming in, so you connect that to the power on site and connect it to the side of the caravan, into the side of the caravan. And then behind there also you've got the black switch for the motor mover power. Wheel nuts again, as I said on the other side, we'll torque them before you leave site. And on this side at the front, again, you've got another storage locker in there with your wind handle for your wind down legs and your motor mover engagement bar. Going inside the van. First of all, you're going to come to the control panel by the door and you're going to switch on the master power. You've then got your interior lights, your awning light, which is the light on the outside of the van, and your water pump run just here. Now before we fill the water system, you're going to need to come underneath the seat on the far side of the caravan. Underneath here you will see a yellow valve just down there. Now when that yellow valve is parallel with the floor, you'll be able to fill the water system, and when that valve is upright pointing towards the bottom of the seat, that will be the drain for the water system. So with the valve in the position it is now, the yellow valve that is, you then come to each tap on board the caravan. So remove the sink cover and the draining board, etc., or the chopping board, sorry. You'll put the tap over the sink and open up the tap on the hot side, as you can see here. So you turn it right around to the hot side and open the tap up. And you'll also do the same with the tap in the bathroom. This is with your aqua oil connector on the outside of the van. You'll also do the same here, open up the tap on the hot side completely, and then the shower also. Once you've done that, you can then come over to the water pump switch up on the wall, just here, turn on the water pump, and what you'll notice is when the water pressure gets high enough, the water will continuously run out the taps. Now to start with, it will spit and splatter, as you can see it doing at the moment, but once there's enough pressure built up, that water will run continuously. So I'm not going to fill the system completely up now because we're only going to have to drain it down ready for when the customer travels home with the van. Do the same with the tap in the bathroom, you'll shut that off once the water system is full. Once you've got the water system full, you can start thinking about warming the water on electric or gas. So up on the wall, behind the sink, you'll actually see two controls. So you've got a gas control here for the heating, for the hot water, and below that just here, you've got your electric water heater. So, like with some of the boilers you have at home, you need to turn on the water heater to warm the water up. So you flick the switch on, and that'll turn on the element inside the tank and start heating the water in the tank itself. To turn the water heater off, simply turn the switch back off. Above that, you've got the option to run the water heater on gas. Now to ignite it on gas, you spin the outside dial round to the gas symbol just here, and you'll get a green light appear. Don't know if you heard the click from down below me, but that was the water heater trying to ignite. In a moment, because the gas bottle's turned off, it's going to fail to ignite, and if it ever did that, it could just mean the gas bottle's empty or there's no gas through the system. So at that point, you'd go over to the hob, ignite the hob, let the gas come through with the gas bottle turned on, and then eventually, when that gas is running cleanly, you'll be able to turn this back off, turn the switch back again, and it will self-ignite the gas system on the water heater. Now, if you are using the gas water heater, which we also recommend you using as a boost when you're showering on board the van, you can actually control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature. The temperature on electric is around 35 to 40 degrees, so you may need to boost it when you are showering, or you will need to boost it when you're showering, sorry, to allow the water heater or the water to warm up quick enough when you're having a shower. On the other side of the van, you've got your power switches for, so as you come in the door, you've got your heater down there, then up on the top here, you've got your power switches for the room heater, so you can turn on your room heater, and then down the side of the dial here, you've got 500, 1000 and 2000. 500, 1000 and 2000 should I say, sorry. Now what that relates to is the amount of power that's coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. Now here on site we can only run 500 watts, as you can see. Now I've turned it to 500 watts, the green light has appeared here to let me know the heater is working. And I can control the temperature of the heater on this dial in the centre. Now most caravan sites these days have probably got 1000 or 2000 watts of power available, but if you ask the site office when you arrive, they'll be able to give you a bit better of an indication of what power source you can use. But like I said, you do need to make sure this switch is on for the heater to work on electric. Now if you want to use the heater on gas, you've got the gas dial down here. You'll spin the dial round between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve and hit the igniter at the same time. When it has ignited on gas, you'll get a pilot light in this window down here. And once it has ignited, you need to hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds to allow the thermocouple to warm up, then slowly release the control here. Control the temperature on the dial on top once you've got it ignited, and to turn it off, turn the gas supply off, you spin the dial back round past the 0 and that will turn the gas off. If you want to use blown air heating on the caravan, you've got this dial on top to control the fan speed. The dot in the centre here will indicate the heat's going to come out the front of the heater. You can put the fan on to continuous blown air, and the air will come out the vents around the caravan, as you can see each side of the van. And if you want it on ambient, so it cuts in and out with the thermostat, you can put it onto A on this side, and that is for the blown air heating. I'm going to go to the fridge next. Now with the fridge, you've got the option to work the fridge on gas, so you'd spin it around to the gas symbol, holding the temperature dial on this side, very similar to what we did with the heater, and hit the igniter at the same time. However, instead of a true pilot light, you've got a red line here that will come round to the green if the fridge has ignited on gas. If you want to use the fridge on 240 mains, you can spin the dial around to 240, and on gas or electric you can control the fridge temperature on the dial on the right hand side. When you're towing down the road, you can use the fridge as a cool box to keep the beers and wine nice and cold. So you'll spin this dial round to the battery symbol just here, once you connect it to the car, and as I said, the fridge will then work as a cool box. Microwave, very self-explanatory. The only thing we advise you do is with the microwave is to remove the microwave plate before travelling. It could potentially pop the door open if it bounces around inside there. And the last thing you want it doing is popping down on the floor down there, hitting the heater or your worktops on the opposite side. Hob, grill and oven all work the same as your household, and below in the cupboard at the bottom you've got some gas shut-off valves if you ever need to isolate the gas for any reason at all. Last thing we're going to go through on this particular caravan, coming through to the bathroom, is the toilet system. So you've got an electric flush on the toilet, hence why you'd need to fill the flush tank on the outside. You've got a full indicator light here for the toilet cassette, so if this light ever goes red, it means the waste cassette for the toilet is completely full. And down the bottom, on the opposite side of the toilet, or just here, you've got the grey handle, and to operate or to open up the waste cassette, you'll need to push this handle across as far as it will go, and that will allow the waste flap to open the toilet. And the toilet does turn for your convenience. However, when you're emptying the waste cassette, you do need to make sure the toilet is pointing straight across the caravan in the position it is now, so it allows you to remove the waste cassette from the bottom of the van. If you have any further questions on the Bailey Olympus 534, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you very much. Bye bye.